Are you struggling to navigate through life's challenges? In this video, we'll explore the 4 essential skills that can help you approach and solve problems with clarity and mindfulness. 1. Paying close attention to things. In Buddhism, paying close attention to things comes from the idea of mindfulness, which is written as sati in Pali. Being mindful means being fully present and aware of our thoughts, feelings, and the world around us. It means seeing things as they really are, without our opinions and preconceptions getting in the way. Applying mindfulness to fixing problems makes us better at getting to the bottom of problems. This is because awareness helps us look at the issue from different points of view, to see all of its different sides, and to comprehend how it affects various parts of our lives. For example, let's say you have to deal with a disagreement between 2 coworkers. If you don't bring awareness to this problem, you might only deal with the symptoms, like the fights or the tension. When you look at the problem with attention, you might be able to see what's really going on, like misunderstandings, different ways of working, or complaints that haven't been taken care of. Being mindful helps us deal with problems in a clear and calm way. Whenever we have a problem, it's simple for our feelings, like anger, fear, or frustration, to take over. These feelings can make it hard to make decisions and see the problem clearly. Mindfulness, on the other hand, helps us be aware of our feelings without letting them rule us. We can now look at the problem with a calm heart and a clear mind. Being mindful helps us be more patient and persistent. Solving problems takes a long time and a lot of work. We have to take the time to understand the problem, look into different answers, and then put the chosen solution into action. This process can be stressful, especially when things go wrong or when we move slowly forward. Being mindful can help us weigh our turn and keep going. You can think of it as a journey, not a goal, and each step, no matter how small, is a step towards solving the problem. Mindfulness tells us to think about problems like we are newbies. This means being open to new ideas and points of view, and letting go of our beliefs and expectations. If we think about problems like a beginner, we might find answers we would not have thought of otherwise. Being open and able to change your mind are very important for handling problems well. Mindfulness, or paying close attention to what you're doing, is a great way to solve problems. It helps us see problems clearly, deal with them quietly and patiently, and come up with creative solutions. 2. Coming up with new ideas. To come up with new ideas, you have to look at situations from different points of view, question what most people think, and be open to solutions that don't follow the norm. It's not enough to be creative. You also need to be able to change your mind quickly. This fits with the Buddhist idea of sunyata, which means emptiness. The teachings of sunyata tell us that everything has a separate life that depends on other things. In other words, our ideas and views are not absolute truths. They are made-up things that can be questioned and changed. We are more open to new ideas when we use the sunyata idea to solve problems. We know that the first ideas or answers we come up with might not be the best or only ones. We are more likely to question our beliefs, look at things from different angles, and consider answers that don't follow the norm. To solve a problem, we need to think like a beginner. This helps us see options we might not have seen otherwise. People are more willing to teach us, give us advice, and let us explore new areas. Being honest and open are very important for coming up with new ideas and creative ways to solve issues. We also need to be patient and persistent when we're trying to come up with new ideas. We have to be ready to try new things, make mistakes, and learn from them. All of this fits with the Buddhist message of patience, which says to stay calm and collected when things go wrong, and to keep trying. Problems are more likely to stay with us until we find an answer if we are patient and don't give up. We're more likely to keep coming up with new ideas, even if the first ones don't work. This kind of toughness and drive is necessary for solving problems well. Coming up with new ideas is a very important skill for handling problems well. We have to question our beliefs, look at things from different points of view, and think of unusual ways to solve problems. To do this, we need to keep an open mind, be willing to learn, and be patient and persistent in our efforts. Furthermore, we have seen that this skill is closely linked to the Buddhist teachings, which tell us to welcome change, question our beliefs, and stay open and flexible. 3. Changing and adjusting easily. The third skill, changing and adjusting easily, is deeply rooted in the Buddhist teaching of impermanence, or anicca. This principle emphasizes that everything in life is transient and constantly changing. Just as the seasons change, so do our circumstances, our relationships, and our problems. When faced with a problem, it's crucial to embrace this principle of impermanence. This means acknowledging that the problem may evolve over time, that the solutions that worked yesterday may not work today, and that we must be willing to change and adjust our strategies accordingly. Embracing impermanence is not about giving up or being inconsistent. Instead, it's about recognizing the dynamic nature of problems and being flexible in our approach. It's about understanding that change is not something to fear, but rather an opportunity to learn, grow, and adapt. Just as a tree sways with the wind, bending but not breaking, we too must learn to sway with the winds of change. We must be firm in our resolve to solve the problem but flexible in our methods. This requires resilience, a willingness to let go of old strategies, and the courage to embrace new ones. Adaptability is a powerful tool in problem solving. It allows us to navigate around obstacles, to find new paths, and to adjust our course as needed. It's about being open to feedback, learning from our mistakes, and making necessary adjustments along the way. In Buddhism, this adaptability is reflected in the concept of right effort. This concept encourages us to put in the necessary effort to achieve our goals, but also to adjust our efforts based on the changing circumstances. It's about finding the right balance between persistence and flexibility, between holding on and letting go. Acceptance plays a significant role in our ability to change and adjust easily. By accepting that problems are a natural part of life, that they will change over time, and that we may need to adjust our strategies, we can approach problem solving with a more open and flexible mindset. This acceptance is not about resignation, but rather about understanding and embracing the nature of problems. It's about seeing problems not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and learning. Changing and adjusting easily is a vital skill for effective problem solving. By embracing impermanence, cultivating flexibility, and practicing acceptance, we can navigate through problems with grace and wisdom. We can learn to sway with the winds of change, to adapt to new circumstances, and to find creative solutions to even the most complex problems. 4. Being good with time. In Buddhism, the idea of time is closely linked to the ideas of karma and changelessness. Karma tells us that what we do now can have effects in the future, while impermanence reminds us that everything is temporary and always changing. When we put these two ideas together, we can start to see how important it is to make good use of our time. It's not enough to be efficient or productive to use your time well. To use each moment in a way that fits with our ideals and goals, we need to know how valuable it is. It's about being present and aware of what we're doing instead of running or putting things off. Mindfulness is a Buddhist practice that helps us learn how to make good use of our time. It's better to be fully present in the present moment than to think about the past or worry about the future. Being mindful lets us put all of our attention on the job at hand, which can help us solve problems more quickly and effectively. Buddhism also stresses how important it is to spend our time helping other people, not just ourselves. This fits with the Buddhist message of compassion, which is one of the most important ideas in Buddhism. Giving our time to help others not only makes the world a better place, but it also gives us a feeling of purpose and satisfaction. To make good use of time, you also need to know when to let go. There are times when we've done everything we can to solve a problem, but it still won't go away. Buddhism tells us that we need to accept things as they are and let go. This doesn't mean we should give up or ignore our duties. It just means we should accept that things are out of our hands sometimes and move on. From a Buddhist point of view, making good use of time means being aware and present, putting in the right amount of effort, helping others, and knowing when to let go. We can be better and more mindful problem solvers if we follow these ideas when we work on solving problems. By applying Buddhist ideas to how we solve problems, we can develop a caring and whole way of thinking that helps us handle problems with grace and understanding. Getting better at these skills not only makes our own lives better, but it also helps make the world a better place for everyone.